You're now listening to From the Jump.
Welcome to From the Jump, your source for all things hip-hop. I'm Syllable. This is my co-host,
Mr. White.
Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment below saying, I subscribed, and we'll try our best to reply to your comment. And we're here to talk all things hip-hop today, and specific to the Black Star album with Mos Def and Talib Kweli, produced by Madlib. Long-awaited album to their sequel, We Are Black Star, from back in the day that I listened to as a teenager. Like, shit is dope they actually got together and released an album.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of strange, you know, that relationship, because it seemed like they were on track to be probably one of the greatest duos of all time,
right?
Like Outkast or something like that,
Yeah,
right? But it was just like, it didn't, I guess it just wasn't there. Mos Def went and did a film career. He changed his name to Yasiin Bey. Like, they were still friends, but they just didn't make any music together anymore. And so it was very... This project feels out of the blue, really.
It's out of the blue. Well, so it is out of the blue. And the fact that it's actually been revealed that this shit was recorded in hotel rooms and backstage at Dave Chappelle shows.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So this is definitely like spur of the moment. Like, let's do this one more time.
Spur of the moment 4 years. But it took them a while to do that. So I personally did not like this album too much. It felt like it was a cut and paste job. There are definitely moments when Talib Kweli shined, I think, in a lot of areas. Mos Def I was not as impressed with. And I like Mos Def, you know. Oh, by the way, it's exclusive to their platform Luminary. I wasn't even aware of this. I just knew that it was hard to find on YouTube. So.
Yeah, they are basically doing this whole we're against the system type of thing. And I get it, right? They see that artists don't get paid on Spotify, so they did an exclusive deal with the platform they're already on, so they're gonna get their money,
which is nice in theory, but then for everyone else that is trying to find them on YouTube, it's frustrating as fuck. So just that perspective as well. First song is OG. Mos Def singing the hook, I thought that was dope. I liked him singing the hook. He can sing, and that was dope, because even when they're saying something, they ain't saying much. The first time this really hit me, it was like, this sounds like Mos Def has not slept in a long time. That was my first perspective on this, my first reaction. When he's saying, like, because even when they saying something, they ain't saying much. I refrain from a torch and just pray for him. Stay away from him. Roll through a rise of rays and bang, shine, gamma, bang. I was just like, I was like, bruh, where's your energy? What's going on, Mos Def, right? And then Talib Kweli, I mean, the hook is dope. I like the hook. But then Kweli comes through with just some powerful fucking flashy bars saying, we the lions with the antelope roam, Brooklyn botanical gardens and stick-up artists, the hands in their coat, right? It's just such a polar opposite.
So, okay, you felt like I did. Like, it used to be where Mos Def and Talib Kweli like really complimented each other. Yeah. And they both had the same amount of energy. Totally different styles, right? Yeah. But both very enthusiastic. Mos Def kind of bringing in the melodic nature, but he's also a dope MC, right? But on this project, I feel like Talib carried. Like it was definitely throughout the whole project. You don't really hear that vocal inflection that Mos Def normally has. No. Some of his singing parts are a little bit dry, and maybe he's lost a step, right? Because he hasn't been in the lab like that.
It pissed me off. I was angry because I was like, Mos Def, where are you at? Where are you at, bro? Yeah. Talib Kweli's like saying, YouTube, they feeding us through a catheter. About to holler at Yasiin to move to Africa. Spectacular. Bars assassinate your character. Brooklyn got the best rappers per capita. Like, it's just like,
yes.
Fuck.
Crushing.
Right? And then like, Mos Def was mumbling on this shit. So be it. Again, I wasn't feeling Mos Def's verse on this shit. Talib killed it. He was saying, we celebrating Yasiin's birthday. Brooklyn, New York City, that's a scene in my birthplace. I'm so on top of this bop with the metropolitan frolic and the populace, topping all the charlatans. My songs are knowledge to the heroes that need honor and the promise we demolish and all the Confederate monuments. I'm noticing how these Nazis become congressmen. It's softer than some moccasins and way faker than collagen. Just like, woo! Talib is killing it.
Yes.
And Mos Def's not even coming 30% of that. Well, maybe 30% of that. I was giving 30, but not 40%.
Well, I mean, he still has his token flow. Like, you could hear the essence of what you feel like Mos Def could do, because his
beneath 10 comforters.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like it's kind of a lesser version of himself, right? Yeah. And that's why it's kind of, with all this anticipation, right, of a Black Star album, people have talked about it for years. You come back after 2 decades and you kind of give this low energy, lackluster performance through the project.
The whole project.
It just didn't. I mean, to me, one of my favorite songs was Supreme Alchemy, and it was mainly because I don't think Mos Def's on there at all.
No,
and
Alchemy. Talib's going, I dropped the non-sequiturs to bum executives. You always be the winner if you decide what the metric is. Control the game, don't be the game or the predator.
That's one of my favorite lines.
Me, myself, and such a formidable competitor. But he's also got like some emotional intelligence, right? Despite his beef with Mike and Nine, he's actually showing some emotional intelligence. He said, I never hesitate to show compassion because that's where the key to heaven's gates. To reach it, they self-medicate. Voices on my radio, active like yellow cake, but hella fake. Why sedate when you can meditate and focus on ideas because police you can't legislate?
Yeah. Yeah, and so I feel like, to me, what I'm hearing is like, basically, essentially is like Mos Def's like a background singer for a good Talib Kweli project, because this could be like, if you just took all of Mos Def's verses off, this would be just a dope Talib. Yeah. I would like,
you would not be missing them.
No.
That's the point. You wouldn't be like, oh, where's that Mos Def verse? Oh wait, he sounded like he was asleep. He sounded like he hadn't slept in 3 weeks. He sounded like he was tired, like he'd been high for like 360 days straight, just came down, trying to grab the mic. But you look at the background. This is recorded in hotel rooms, right? Yeah. This wasn't a project they got together with a vision on and they said, let's create an album, right? Well, it's something where they patched together tracks here and there. They got one really dope feature with Black Thought, which is cool, but not a single verse in there they trade in bars. 1, 2, 3, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, like this shit is not Black Star, right? I looked up, so I thought, is it just me? I don't want to be hella critical syllable right here. I don't want to do that. I want to give Mos Def his flowers if he deserves them. It's like, is it just me? Is it my perspective? So I went back and I listened to all of Mos Def stuff. Listened to every track on True Magic. I listened to the other album whose title I cannot say, which starts with an N. And I listened to all this music. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not just me. He had this energy. He had the BK flow where he's just punching in. Yeah, that's not here.
No, it's not. And I mean, even the way that they went about producing this project, because Madlib is an amazing producer, right? Yeah. I love the production overall, but I feel like it's sleepy, right? Yeah. The whole project is kind of tuned down, like all of the voices, a lot of reverb on it and stuff like that. So it's like, it just seems like it just didn't hit, right? Like it's a lot of good things about the project, but it's still kind of a mid project. Like I'm not really like I'm gonna say it's a middleweight project.
It's middleweight.
It's middleweight.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's lightweight. It's middleweight.
It's middleweight,
but it's not heavyweight.
I mean, because most rappers can't even rap as good as those guys
on their off day.
On their off day. like we're being hard on Mos Def, but we want Mos Def to be a 10, and he's being like a 7, and that's why we're kind of like like. What are you doing here, Mos Def? Like you ain't been in the scene for a while.
So the website Ambrosia for Heads, right? He was saying, "Oh, this is the best album of 2022," and I'm like,
about that.
"Bro,
they look. First of all, until Kendrick drops his album, I'm not gonna really even speak on what the best album is of the year, because I feel like he's about to come with a real heater core. Like I do like that 2022 has had a lot of good music to offer. I mean, there's definitely trash artists out there, but even a lot of the new school artists are bringing some heat.
I can't wait to hear what Don Toliver's going to bring.
Exactly. So it's like it's one of those things where we appreciate a Black Star album. I'm gonna have some songs on my playlist, like after I rip it and turn it into MP3s, obviously, because that's what I had to do. I'm sorry. Like don't shoot me, man. Don't come at me, bro, because I had to, basically stream your album into my DAW so I can cut it up and play it on my phone, because that's where I listen to my music at.
So one thing I will say that I did like about this album, right? Talib Kweli, every single verse he did on this was dope as fuck. I really like how I don't know if he
Do you feel like he felt like he had something to prove on this project?
See, this is what I'm wondering, because some artists, and I'm one of them, when we collab on something, my job is to outshine who I'm collabing with and to do my best, at least to bring my best.
Yes.
I feel like Talib was like, bruh, you've been in Africa. I don't know what's going on with you, Mos Def, but, I'm keeping up. You know, and so I think maybe that was. He was trying to say, look, I'm flossing here because I still got it.
I mean, you got the Madlib's production. Like, the beats were fire. Like, I just feel like you got such fire beats. Is no reason to come with such mid flow.
Okay.
Like, that's why Talib was going so hard, because I'm like, here, he matched the production so perfectly. Yeah. Like I said, you could just take Mos Def off of this project, and it'd be a dope-ass Talib Kweli project.
Well, I would say, you know, for album report card, I would say beats and production, I still give this, like, I would say beats, I give this an A. Production, I give this a B.
The way that they mixed it, and I didn't like the way some of the endings were with Mos Def going out. Like, I don't know, his pitch wasn't really there. Like, it was
off pitch in a few.
Yeah, it wasn't that harmonious voice that I'm used to with him.
What I did like was Greg Tate and Yummy Bingham's outro, when they did some ad libs there, just talking about New York hip hop history. It was dope. It had the consistency of the spacey synth sounds that the album began with.
Yeah, he's like talking about when they're like 14 and 15 being around the scene, and how they had to really get into it. And they dope. It was deep.
If they had done like a Wale, Jerry Seinfeld approach and had that throughout the album, I probably would have liked it.
Or like the Weeknd, Jim Carrey type of thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I would have liked that a lot more, you know, but they didn't. And
shout out to the Weeknd. He had a hard, I know, like, people are like, I feel like people still sleeping on that project because it's so dark, but that was a really good album. That was a really good album.
Don FM.
I can't listen to it too many times.
No, I can't. No, it would depress me and end my dating life. But one thing I will say, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just biased, because more than one person, my friends and I, in hip-hop, right, they've gone to see Mos Def shows and they've come away disappointed because Mos Def has just yodeled, or he's gone off and he's done some weird ad-lib shit and not done any of his tracks, right, that he's famous for. And I snuck into Austin City Limits one time, right? Only time I really went. I hopped over a fence for ACL. I waited in the rain for 45 minutes for Mos Def. I was just wanting to see him perform. He got up on stage and did Radiohead covers. And I'm just like, Mos Def? Look, if you were doing Roots covers, I mean, okay, sure. It's not what I expected, but...
Or maybe even like some old school like blues or soul covers. Some stuff that is like...
Motherfucker sang Radiohead!
Yeah, no, he's not the artist that I would see singing Radiohead.
No, man. So I felt like the fans of Matt disrespected. We waited in the rain for this. Not even your music. Not even hip-hop. So... That's why I went back and listened to all these Mos Def albums and say, is it just me? No, it's not. He had the energy. It's not there now. He's 48. He's not that old. He's not the Weekend Picture album cover old. Like, he's young enough.
And it's like, even watching like KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, like that versus, like, them guys still got it. So why why you ain't got it? Like, they were like, I'm like, damn, like, I wouldn't want to get on the stage with them right now. Like, they gonna rip my heart out. But it's cool. Like, it's good to be able to look up to the legends of the art and see that they still have it, right? Like, and so
my favorite album for 2022 is King Disease from 2021. That's still my favorite 2022 album. So, what do you guys think? What's your favorite album in 2022? Do you disagree completely with us? Do you think that Mos Def really brought it on this album? What's your favorite track on that? Please comment below, like and subscribe, and tune in for another episode of
From the Jump.
Peace.